Hi, I'm Dave.
And I'm Jennifer, and we are a middle aged couple with a Regal Unlimited subscription and an unreasonable fondness for movie theater popcorn.
And movies, no matter what they may be, all kinds of movies, mystery movies. We like mystery movies. Today we went and saw a mystery movie,
We did?
and we saw The Furious,
Yes.
not The Fate of the Furious.
What's the Fate of the Furious?
That's one of the Fast and Furious movies.
Is it?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, it's just The Furious.
Yes.
Uh,
2025 Hong Kong action movie. Martial arts. Out Yang.
so much kung fu. Uh,
So much beating people into their pulp. I don't even know
yeah,
what style it
just
was,
a
but
lot of hand-to-hand combat, and just wow. Okay,
Yep.
with minimal story.
No, it has exactly the same story as like 75 movies we've seen, right? Jason
Yes.
Statham has made this movie.
Eh,
I am a, presumably like damaged or wounded soldier,
assassin,
somebody who's got real skills,
Yeah.
right? I got a daughter, and my daughter ends up in the middle of something awful, and I have to go beat people to death until I rescue my daughter.
Yeah.
The end. You've seen this movie.
Except, also, it's the story of a man who has real skills for no apparent reason.
Whose
Who's
wife
married to
goes
a
missing.
journalist
Yes.
who is investigating child trafficking somewhere in Southeast Asia. And one of
That's
the most
very clearly Thailand.
one of the most fascinating things about this movie is that it is referred to as somewhere in Southeast Asia. We are never told that this is Thailand. It is,
Except for all the Thai people.
but there are no Thai signs in the movie. There's no Thai language anywhere in the movie.
There's
or
no Thai language in the movie. It's a Hong Kong movie. It's in English.
All the signs are in English.
and some version of Chinese.
And,
I don't know what
and they
version of
use
Chinese. I'm sorry.
American dollars.
Yes, there are times where you see copious amounts of, scandalous underground people money, and it's
It's
USD.
all dollars.
Yeah.
So somehow it's got the serial number filed off, but it's Thailand. Why?
Yeah.
Why? Who knows?
Well, because it's a place in Southeast Asia that many people in Hong Kong and China would have gone to, right? Like it's a tourist hub, and it's got this historical reputation of dissolute danger, right?
Sure.
So it's a place that you would associate with an underground as well.
Yeah, but is this? Are they not calling it Thailand so as not to offend the Thai people?
Sure, because it was filmed in Thailand with partial support from the Thailand Film Commission. A bunch of the actors are Thai, and a whole bunch of the stunt people are Thai, and it's basically a mostly Thai local production.
And the theme song is called Mudhole.
Is that the song, or that was the artist? No, that was the
That's their
song. Okay, yeah.
Which, okay, not very flattering.
Anywho, so yes, it is a dissolute, down on its luck place with this underground. This guy is a struggling, hardworking guy. His daughter, who's maybe 10, gets caught up in this like underground thing and is kidnapped into this child trafficking ring.
Luckily, she has kung fu skills as well.
She has kung fu skills and is willing to use them as much as she can by being a tiny 10-year-old girl.
You didn't think this movie was funny, did you?
Oh, there were parts of it that were funny.
Okay.
But there are only like brief moments of humor. It is mostly, I'm going to beat you until you die.
So this is very much a Hong Kong action film. I love Hong Kong action films. The old ones like Hard Boiled, etc. Like Chow Yun-fat and Jet Li. Hong Kong action films, great. This was okay. I had my quibbles with it, but it was very silly. It's very cartoonish. Like a lot of the violence was just over the top. Not to say that it was not disturbing, too. Certainly there's a lot of blood and a lot of eye gouging, especially. That was they love eye gouging for some reason. And hitting people with hammers.
There was a lot of sledgehammers, ball peen hammers, a lot of smacking people with hammers. And, I'm not 100%. Like I love a run around and shoot people action movie. I can watch zillions of people get plowed down by
Like
guns.
John Wick, yeah.
Yeah, but a real I'm just going to beat you to death until you are pulp kind of action movie, I have a really hard time with. Like, I suggested to you those many years ago that we go see either The Raid or The Raid Redemption
Raid
or something,
Redemption, yes.
because I had thought it was something else based on the review and didn't realize it was just a set piece of here is a building full of people who need to be beaten to death by the hero and we're just going to go upstairs until we beat all of them. And I was like, I can't handle this, and like walked out. That might have been like the third movie I'd ever walked out of in my entire life.
Yeah.
This movie was not unlike that. And this movie was like, what was that Bill Skarsgård movie where he just beat people? Boy versus World, right?
Like that, yeah.
And the Indonesian actor that was in this was in that as well,
Yeah.
right? And so, I have, assumed that, and years ago, those movies were not movies I could watch. Boy versus World, I ended up being able to watch while closing my eyes when, the really gross stuff was telegraphed, or just when the fight scenes went on too long.
Yeah.
And that's what I did with this one, where it was just like, I can tell that this fight scene is going to go on for a very long time. I thought the fight scenes were filmed just amazingly,
Oh, yeah.
edited amazingly, acrobatically amazing. And after a while, I'm like, I'm going to miss some of the amazing because I got to close my eyes because all I hear is squash and meat as like the meat is getting beat. And I'm like, I don't need to see that,
Yeah.
So, yeah, I probably had my eyes closed for maybe like 17% of the movie. Yeah.
Yeah, I would say the best part of this was that you can actually tell what's happening during the action scenes.
Oh, absolutely.
I
Yes.
find American action movies to be almost impossible to follow now because they're so dark and the editing is so machine gun. And
it's all
the director,
CGI.
but it's all about direction. It's like the directors just don't know how to do visual storytelling in this way that Hong Kong filmmakers perfected 40 years ago and have 50 years
60
ago,
years
60
ago,
years
yeah.
ago, and have been, refining ever since. So there is a set piece in this movie where a man is chasing a truck. And
At the very beginning of the movie.
Yeah.
That's the thing. This is
he's
how it starts.
on foot, and eventually kicks off his sandals so he can run faster.
Because he starts off running in sandals. I'm like, how does one run in sandals? I don't fucking know, right? But okay, you run in sandals. Then he needs to run faster, kicks off his shoes.
Manages to somehow beat up this giant cargo truck. I'm not kidding. He beats up the truck. And to save his daughter. And it's just an amazing sequence with a lot of reversals and twists and some there's a jump scare in the middle of it. Just all kinds of things. And child in peril and the whole thing. And it's so well done that you never for a second wonder what the hell's going on.
Yeah.
Or what's going to happen next, except for the jump scare, which that was pretty good.
Yep.
But yeah, I will forgive a movie that where people literally are beaten with hammers to a pulp. You hear the breaking bones, you hear everything else, and then they just get up and keep fighting. I'm fine with that.
Yeah, I mean, this is basically like like John Wick or whatever. Like nobody can die up until they die. And then you're convinced that some of them die and then they just don't die. I mean, people are utterly immortal in these movies. And that I know, but
Which is my big quibble with this film, is that, especially at the ending...
But the entire genre.
Well, hold on. It's about this film specifically.
Okay.
So at the ending, the four big kung fu artists in the film, plus another dude who turns out is just super strong and big, have a big fight. And this is the climactic fight of the movie. Sure, it should go on for a while. But these people literally cannot be killed. Like, they just keep fighting each other and hurting each other in horrible ways. And it just keeps going and going and going. It was at least an hour long, this one fight scene.
It was not. It just felt like it.
It was at least an hour long.
It was not.
And it was at least half an hour long. It was definitely half an hour long. And they
It just felt
none
like
of-
it because
and
it seemed like the movie should have already been over.
at no point.
It was probably 10
And
minutes.
literally, all four of the main characters have proven at this point that they can straight up murder anybody on Earth in seconds with the power of their own bodies, or in one case, a very specific weapon. But the four of them cannot be killed
Yep.
or harmed in any way. They can feel pain. They can certainly feel pain. They can certainly bleed. They can certainly have bruises, but they are unkillable. And so we just get this half-hour long sequence of the four of them trying to kill each other and failing. And it just goes on and on and on. And you keep thinking to yourself, okay, this is no longer a narrative. This is just ballet. This is like straight up, I don't know, like a fever dream of people punching each other.
But I mean, that's most of the movie. Most of the movie is a ballet of violence.
Yes.
Like, that's the style.
Yes.
And there were moments where I really could literally see the ballet and really appreciated the ballet. And as when they were jumping over each other and twisting and, kicking each other and stuff, like, fine, up to a certain point. And then it would, get into the, much more detailed violence. And then I'm like, I don't really need this. Like, it just so much more efficient if you just have guns, and then you, like, because if the point is to actually kill the person, right, which of course it's not. The point is to have the ballet of action, and you get the ballet of action.
What was fascinating was that, like, how this movie treated guns. So at one point, there's a nightclub sequence with a lot of fighting, and one of the characters says, "That man has a gun," and everybody in the place who'd been in the middle of this fight is just like, "Oh God, we got to get out of here.
Gone.
Somebody's got a gun." Whereas, like, literally been murdering each other left and right the whole time.
Yep.
And then later on, when the police finally do wade into a fight scene, they fire off 2 shots, and all of the bad guys go, oh, you've got guns. We're done.
Yep.
We're okay. Sorry.
Yep.
Knives are a little less scary, apparently, but don't get used a lot in this movie. When they are brought out, it's for dramatic effect. Say, ooh, this is getting serious now.
Yeah.
Because somebody has a knife, and it's just like, okay, like, sure. We literally just watched 18 people get their necks snapped.
It is stylized balletic violence. It doesn't have to make sense. No one dies up until it's absolutely until it's absolutely important that they die, or it's entertaining that they die.
Yeah.
And then they mostly die up until they die and apparently come back, because you think they're dead and then they're not.
Except when they do actually die.
Except when they do actually die.
Because the plot demands it.
Yes. And yeah, it, I enjoyed it for what it was. I enjoyed it despite the fact that I had my eyes closed for 17% of it and was like, ew, while I was hearing things go squish. And, but yeah, like, you've seen this movie. I enjoyed it when Jason Statham went around and was like a beekeeper.
Yeah.
And was that Felicia Rashad, right? Who was like his next door neighbor, who killed herself after she got ripped off. And so he went and murdered everybody that ripped her off.
There was so much more plot in that movie than this one.
No, it was literally the same plot. That's the same plot.
It is not.
Go kill the people who did me wrong. And in this one, the person was alive to rescue.
That's 90% of movies ever made.
Okay, exactly. You've seen this movie.
No, the plot in The Beekeeper was this whole big plot about what the beekeepers were and when you activate the beekeepers and
but like
what
that's
you do
just
about the beekeepers. This is just Guy, like, and it's kind of a joke in the movie that like nobody understands.
Oh, because he's mute, right? Because he can't talk.
The 2 main characters, one of them is the Chinese mute. This is how he's referred to until the very end of the film when we find out his actual name.
Yeah.
And at that point, his daughter, who he's lived with for years, says, "Will you finally tell me your backstory?"
Yep. And he starts to tell the backstory.
And he starts to tell it, and they cut away.
That's the end of the movie.
Yeah, it's a joke, because until this point, we know nothing about this man.
Yeah.
He works as a handyman in Thailand, wants to send his daughter back to China to see his relatives.
she lives in China. It's like this is like school break or something, and she's
Sure.
staying with him, and she wants to stay with him rather than live with her grandmother in China. And he's like, you don't get a sense of whether I think he thinks he needs her to go, like that she shouldn't be living with him alone, but like whatever. But yeah, there's some story there.
It's 5 seconds in, she gets kidnapped, and the rest of the movie is him getting her back.
Mm-hmm.
And he does this by just literally walking up to every criminal he sees and beating the shit out of them until they die.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the plot of the movie.
Yes, but I'm telling you, that is the plot of The Beekeeper as well.
It is not.
No, dude, let me finish. All the rest of the stuff about like what beekeepers are and all that other shit is just frou-frou.
That doesn't mean it's not there.
It's there, but like no one cares,
But
right?
it's not in this movie.
Yes, because like in these kinds of movies, clearly it's not necessary for you to include any more plot. It's just about watching people.
Seen other Hong Kong action
Okay,
movies that
that's
had plots.
fine, understood. But this particular movie didn't feel the need to have a plot. It was extraordinarily simple, but that was why I stayed. Because if this were the movie that I had walked out
I'm
of,
literally trying to say that the movie works because there is no plot.
that's what I'm saying too.
Not
We're saying
in
the
spite
same
of it.
thing.
Okay, that's why I was trying to break in.
Okay, fine. I'll stop talking now.
No, you were like accusing me of like having some issue with the plotlessness in this movie.
Or thinking that the beekeeper was more sophisticated,
Okay.
which it wasn't. It really wasn't.
Okay. All right. We can agree to disagree.
We can.
Okay. So, yeah, this movie does everything right. It does everything well. It is beautiful in its horrificness.
Mm-hmm.
It is stylish in its mudholeness.
Mm-hmm.
It is, colorful and bright and well lit and well directed and
Mm-hmm.
endlessly entertaining, except my one quibble is that those fight scenes go on way too long. And I get that's why people are there,
Yeah.
but the movie could have been, what, an hour and a half instead of 2 hours?
Yep.
And it
The
would not
movie
have
could have been an hour.
would not have hurt the film.
Yeah.
I think it would have made it stronger.
Yeah.
So, but it's a small quibble, right?
Yeah.
I think I did enjoy this. I enjoyed this film. I rooted for the protagonists. Absolutely.
Yeah, eventually I'm like, you got to kill some fools.
As
These are fools that need to get killed.
and silly as the plot was, such as it was, like, it works. It's fine.
Mm-hmm.
And like there are characters you root for, and there are ones you really hope get killed, and then there's a guy who you kind of like feel both for, and it's just like, all right,
Yep.
great,
Yeah.
good movie.
Yeah.
Glad we went. I'm glad we stayed.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
glad we stayed, and yeah. It was good.
So if you have a tolerance for blood and guts, or not even guts, it's just blood. There's some eye gouging.
It's actually the sound.
Yeah, it's the sound.
It's the sound.
The sound design is so good.
The sound design is really good for what bodies are
You
like
feel
because they're
everything.
meat.
You feel every impact. You feel every time somebody gets dropped on their head. You feel every
And dropped
time
on something and falls out a
every
window
punch.
and
Yeah.
it just
makes the perfect sound.
it's the sound. It really is not. I mean, yes, the
literally,
visuals
this
are gross
is-
too, but it's the sound.
Hong Kong filmmakers,
Oh.
have been making this film for 70 years, whatever it is now, and they got it right. They figured it out because you feel it. It's just so visceral compared to, say, a Marvel movie where all the punches just feel like pixels hitting pixels.
Because they often are.
Yeah. So, and like oh my God, in the credits, the number of stunt persons in this film.
Yes, they're all the stunt persons.
So many.
Yep.
Okay. All right. But so that's what we have to say about The Furious. There's literally nothing else to say about it.
Yeah.
There's nothing to interpret or analyze here. It is just rock'em sock'em robots.
In every movie there's something to analyze, but we're not going to do it.
Oh, sure. We could talk about the role of women in this film. We could talk about, like, the various racial divides and concerns. Yeah, of course we could, but we're not going to, because what we're talking about is this is a punch 'em up movie, and we like to punch 'em up sometimes.
Yeah, things
And
go
this is a good
punch.
one.
Yep.
All
This
right.
is things go punch as opposed to things go boom.
So if you like punch 'em ups and you can handle a little blood, go see, or just cover your face for most of the film. go see The Furious.
Yeah,
All
that's
right.
it.
Well, until next time.
Bye.